All right, guys, happy March. This is our first team call of March, so that's exciting. Thanks for bearing with us. Life happens to us too. I wanted to just go through some announcements really quickly, and then I'll hand it over to Allie. Thanks for being here. Just a reminder, if you can show your face, we love seeing them because that's always more fun than staring at a blank screen. But also, tag us that you're here. So take a photo and tag us so that you get entered to win the different tiered prizes this month. We are still doing our competition, and there's different activities you can do to win each prize. So make sure you check that out. I can share it again in the message pod, but it's also in the team page and pinned to the top of the bod group if you ever forget what the things are. A big one is doing your trackers, tagging your Glow Juice, easy stuff to log your workouts in the bod groups as well as your supplements. So keep up the great work. Like I said in our message pod today, I would not have done my workout today and stuck to the plan so that I stayed on track with Dig Deeper this week if it weren't for y'all tagging me this morning when I really didn't want to do it. So your tags matter, and I thank you for them. Plus, it just makes everything a little bit more fun and community oriented. So some announcements really quickly. This is the 15th anniversary birthday of Shakeology this month. If you didn't know, fun fact, it's been around that long. And they're doing a promo code. So if you haven't gotten Shakeology in the last month or so and you want to restart your order, every partner on our team has a promo code that you can take an amount off of the pricing. You just have to connect with your partner before you place your order. So great incentive to get back on your nutrition game, and that's only for the month of March. Second thing is there's a new masterclass up on Growth Day, as well as new Monday Fires every single Monday. If you go to the app and you go to the mindset tab, there's a lot of tools there that I think we as a team need to use more because we all need the positivity and the mindset work in our lives with all the chaos and stress we endure. So just a reminder that those tools are there, and there's a new Monday snippet already a part of your body platform. Also the new super block launch this month for Extend Bar. I know many of you guys are doing Dig Deeper, but that is available and is a new program on Body as long as you're active on your supplements. And if you are upgrading, if you're doing your renewals this month or you want to pair and restart with a pack, they are doing a free Energize giveaway as part of your pack this month. So if your renewal is coming up in the next month or a couple months, make sure you reach out to your partner. Let us help you break down the pricing and see what works best for you. I think that was all the announcements. Anything else you want to add, Allie or Rach? Okay. Also, the team calendar is in the team page. I wanted to just show that really quickly to remind you guys what's going on this month. So like I said, the super block, and there's actually a new iron block this month as well available if you're looking for something new. And then we will be leaving for Punta Cana on Thursday. So shout out to Allie for earning her third trip, which is so incredible because I hated going to rewards trips alone. It's not as fun. So I'm looking forward to helping more of you earn new rewards going into the future and sharing a little bit more about that and what it's all about. And then they will be starting some new options at the end of the month, which we'll share in future calls. But next upcoming call will be next Wednesday. Rachel will be leading the call. And then we'll be doing not this week, like next week on the 20th. Since we'll be away, we're kind of taking a little break on the weekend. And then on the 31st, we're doing a partner preview. So if you are curious about what our trip's about, you should be on that call and how you can earn it. Other recognition to share. I just wanted to shout out everyone in our community. You guys are kicking butt. I love seeing your trackers. I love seeing the energy. I love seeing so many people log in the bod group. It brings me joy. And this is my birthday week. So I'm challenging all of you to be on your A game and show up strong. I will incentivize you that Allie and I already discussed sticking to Dig Deeper while we're in DR. So if that's not an incentive to be consistent this week, there's my challenge to you. Other recognition. What else you guys have? What's your wins of the week? Who you want to shout out? Open to anybody and everybody. And you can type them in the chat too if you can't unmute. Allie, Rach.
I'll go. I was seeing if anybody else was gonna go. Annie for showing up. She just got back from her ski trip and I'd probably be sleeping. So kudos to you for being on Zoom.
Yeah.
And for our community, I've been struggling so hard in the mornings, as I've shared, and I've been decided to start working out at lunch, which is not the most fun, but I'm still getting it done. And I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for our community. Like I would just say, it's fine. Like I'll just skip it and I'll just move on. And when the season of life is easier, I'll do it. But I'm still showing up, still doing dig deeper on my hour lunch break and going back to work all sweaty and gross to see patients. But it's fine. They don't know. It's all good.
Rach, what you got? I feel like you're about to say something. She's just plugging in. Katie also said Alice. She wanted to shout Alice out. She's plugging back in and showing up for herself. Props to you. I know you guys had a good mentor call. I also wanted to thank all of you that sent cards to some of our girls in the last month. I actually hung out with Ashley recently, and she really appreciated how much that meant to her. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, every month we'll kind of open up to the community and sending a card to someone that maybe needs a little extra positivity. She's about to go through surgery in the next month. So I really appreciate you guys being so kind. And it's the power of this community, like we've said 5 million times. But it's so cool that even though a lot of us have never met in person, we really care and we're supportive and we're kind. And I couldn't be more proud of having a community that is like that. So never underestimate how much each of you matter and that we're always here for you too if you're going through something. All right. I'm going to turn it over to Allie tonight. So, for those of you guys that don't know, she earned a really special experience called New Leader Conference, which was in Las Vegas this year. It's only for a certain amount of new leaders that are building their teams and have big goals. It's cool because we haven't had that many girls go. I actually went the same week as her, but a long time ago. And I'm excited to hear from her what she kind of learned because it's not just from the business experience, it's you really get to understand that Body is a family and that corporate really cares about what we want and what we need. And I've seen her go through her journey from challenger to partner to kind of pulling back and then deciding she wants to really truly build a team. And I think that there's power in knowing that because for a lot of us, we think that we can't do hard things or we could never do what that person does. And while y'all may know Allie as this, successful, consistent mom now, she was not always that way. She will fully admit that to you. And I say that because we worked very closely together because she had these big dreams and goals and they scared the shit out of her. So I know tonight she's going to talk a lot about mindset and just kind of the vision of where we see our community going and also what she kind of learned in Vegas as a deeper connectivity to corporate. Because for those of you guys that know, we go to Summit every summer, which is our annual conference, but that's like 20 to 30,000 people. To give you perspective, Allie went to Vegas with 200 top leaders. So it was very small and intimate. And I'm just so proud of her for earning this and proud of you guys for being here. So I'll let her take over and shut up.
All right, you guys. So Danielle already kind of explained everything, but I went to Vegas. I don't even know. My time is 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, for like two nights, 3 days. I was terrified. I am not the Vegas girl. I don't never been to Vegas, had no interest in going to Vegas. And last minute, I almost canceled my trip. And you're probably like, well, that sounds silly. Why would you do that? So I thought I knew a girl going who I talked to on Instagram all the time. And she decided that she couldn't find a flight that was under $1,000 and it wasn't worth it for her to go. So I was like, well, I'm not going to know anybody. And I'm very type A. I have to, like, I'm freaking out that I don't know where my plane, I'm freaking out about my travel to the Dominican on Thursday because of we have 45-minute layovers in two cities and I'm a little stressed because I don't have control of it and don't know what terminal I'm going to be in. Anyways, very type A, have to plan ahead of time of what's going to happen. So, not knowing anyone, I'm like, I can't walk into this room of 200 women and not know anybody. That's not me. I can't make new friends. I'm just not a small talker people person, which you're probably surprised by that, but I'm not. I'm very introverted. So I prayed about it, I thought about it, and I decided to go anyways. I actually met a girl on Instagram a day before I went, that lived in Kentucky that I knew was going. And I met up with her and her friends, and we hung out the entire weekend, and it was incredible. We talk every day still, and they're going on the same trip as us to the Dominican. So it all worked out. I was not alone. I met friends, but the important thing about that is going back to the community is we see us as this tiny little community and we think that's all there is. But these women didn't know me. They didn't have to say, yeah, sure, you can come hang out with us. The girl ran across the hotel, only talked to her once, ran across the hotel and attacked me when she first saw me. Like, it was just a very different experience and not what I was expecting at all. But like, she didn't have to do that. So there's way more community than just our little glow community out in the body world. So went to Vegas with 250 other women who earned this trip. And I am so very thankful I didn't cancel. I learned so much more than I ever expected to learn, really about mindset, but also about that we're all on the same playing field. And so a lot of top leaders go to and kind of give lessons and little tips that little nuggets of information they've used along the way. And there is absolutely no difference between me, Danielle, Rachel, and Erin Hopkins, who is #2 in the network right now. The only difference is that she has worked very hard and very diligently and built her business quicker than other people have. That's it. There's no difference in us. And I literally sat down next to her and had a drink and chit chatted about random stuff that I never expected. Like when I see her, I get like nervous shakes. Like I don't like she's a celebrity in the body world. Like I got nervous around her, but she's a normal person. She is just like us. There's nothing different about her than there is us. And I think that's the biggest takeaway besides the things I learned is that all of these people, top leaders, corporate, are normal people. Corporate, and I've never really talked to corporate. I've had a few calls with mentors, but like again, like Kevin Shaw, who posted in the new partners page, he's again like a celebrity. He's a normal dude. Like he's a normal dude, has normal life issues. And it's just nice to see like Carl having a drink, who's the CEO of Body, if you didn't know, having a drink next to you and like chit chatting and asking you what you're struggling with in the business. It's very weird, but also very different. Um, and so yeah, so the community is just the amount of people I met, it wasn't awkward at all. It's not scary. It was just getting myself out of my comfort zone and being uncomfortable to end up being comfortable. So, Danielle, I didn't know if you wanted to, I sent you a message, but you didn't see it. Ask me questions that you had or anything. So we didn't have power earlier today, you guys, so I didn't prepare anything, but here we are.
No, I think that's great, Allie. And of course, if you guys have any questions, you want to unmute or put it in the chat. So, what is one thing that you were telling yourself before this trip that you couldn't do that now you feel like, well, that was just silly because XYZ? Like I heard this or I had a light bulb. What is one thought that you kind of
So
have?
my biggest thing is I never see myself as a leader. ever. Like, I don't see myself as being a leader, stepping into that leadership role, and don't think I'm good at it. But Brendan Bouchard knocked that out of the park. Um, we're all leaders. Like, you lead every single day in your normal, regular life. You just don't realize it's what you're doing. And taking that little nugget of information over the past couple weeks, I've kind of twisted my own thoughts. Like, it's all up here that we don't think we're good leaders or good whatever. But we are. You lead every single day in your normal life. If you're a mom, you lead your kids. If you're a spouse, you lead and collaborate with your significant other. You lead every single day. And so the only person telling you that you're not a leader is yourself. And it's in your head. And that's really hard to hear. And it's a hard pill for me to swallow because I get really stuck up here in my mind a lot. And there's no reason to. That's what the biggest thing again between Erin Hopkins and me is that she's not stuck in her head. She just does what she needs to do and doesn't think about, she puts blinders on, right? So she just stays in her lane, focuses on what she has to do, and gets the job done. And now it's her full-time job. She is retired. Her husband has four little kids at home, all very little. And this is what she does every single day because she got out of her stuck mindset and turned it into a growth mindset. And it's hard to do, but once you master that and get past your subconscious brain and what your brain's trying to trick you into, it can be incredible.
What would you say to someone who thinks they don't have anything to offer? I mean, I think the message that Allie is saying, and hopefully you guys are getting, is like, you guys probably all see her as successful, right? Like, we all see her as she's building a team and helping lots of women. But the thought that her sharing, she still has these struggles and like objections in her head, nobody doesn't have them. And that's so true that you get these out of these events. So what is one thing you learned that we might not know from corporate or in talking with other girls that you are with that you want to implement moving forward?
Yeah. So the other thing that's really cool about the event, since it's so small, is you get to brainstorm with other partners in the network that you never would have met before, like I said, right? And so we literally sat around and brainstormed for an afternoon, like a part of one of the sessions. And it's how people do different things. So as you guys know, nutrition is very important to me, and I've had that call on nutrition. But a lot of women only run nutrition only groups. They do not focus on workouts whatsoever because their idea is that, well, you can get like body workouts are their favorite and they're great. But a lot of people get workouts other ways, and they love Peloton or they love Orange Theory or they love a burn boot camp, whatever. They have something they love. But what they're lacking and why they're not seeing results is that nutrition component. So a lot of women are running nutrition only groups and only focusing on that, but then they can do the workouts if that's what they choose to do. So moving forward, I'm working on implementing that, and doing more of my, like I said in the last call, more of my nutrition focused information sessions and more one-on-one nutrition coaching, um, than only focusing on workout, because your results come from what you eat. And so it's just cool to hear what other women are finding success in. But I would say the majority of women are doing nutrition heavy groups.
What is something that you learned from corporate that maybe was behind the scenes or you could see more of moving forward? Anything you want to share?
I'm trying to think. I mean, let me look back.
Putting you on the spot. Or anything from Brendan. So if you guys don't know, Brendan Bouchard now is a part of Body, and he is an incredible mentor, positive mindset, growth speaker, trainer. And Allie also had Brendan there. So if there's anything you want to share with Brendan, because seeing him live and getting that experience live is so special.
I think for what he said was amazing, and bits and pieces I've heard of him before, but he did a special session for us. But some of it he pulled from Summit last year, but others were special to us. But I think the biggest thing is again, we're holding ourselves back with our self-limiting beliefs, and we're stuck in our own heads. And it's hard for me to say that. And I'm actually reading a Trent Shelton book now called Protect Your Peace, and it just came out. It's so good. It's so good. I know Rachel's a huge fan. But I'm so stuck in my head, and I know that's where I struggle. But the first step is realizing that. And so I know that's my issue. But being in the room with Brendan Bouchard, I listen to him every day on growth day, most days, not the weekends, but most days I listen to him. And his voice is contagious, but his energy being in the room is next level. Like I left feeling like I was sitting a little taller, like I was feeling more confident, like I had been empowered by someone who believed in me and breathed belief in me. Even though he doesn't know me. I mean, like he was running around the room high-fiving, like, yeah, I high-fived him, but he doesn't know who I am. But he just breathes this incredible belief in you that you can be a leader. And something that really stuck out to me is if you, and I know you probably have heard this, but if you are 1% better every single day, how much better are you going to be in a year? 365% better than you are right now. And so it doesn't matter if that's in the way you talk to yourself, in gratitude, in finances, in your nutrition, whatever. If you start today and start with that change, next year you're going to be a different person. And yeah, are you going to have ebbs and flows? Sure, we all do. We all have different seasons, but it's getting back in that cycle and back on that pattern of making yourself better every day that's what's important.
So good. Were you doing any personal development or reading or anything before you started as a challenger and then as
Oh,
a
good
partner?
question. No, I wasn't. I would listen to random podcasts like um the Empower Her podcast, which is like I like her, but she's more like surface level personal development. But no, I was doing nothing. I thought it was stupid. I thought I didn't need it. And fun fact, when I signed up the first time as a partner, I didn't do any either. And guess what? I wasn't successful. And I thought that was very, like, I was like, this is stupid. Like, it's not correlated at all. Like, I'm just a failure. I'm a terrible human being. People don't want to sign up with me. No, I was stuck here. And weirdly, this is going to sound crazy, but people know, like, when you're stuck, people know that you're stuck and know that you're struggling with your mindset and mentally. Like, people can just tell it when they meet you. And it's hard to hear and accept, but people know that you're not confident. People know that you're anxious. People know whatever you're feeling. And so, no, I wasn't the first time. When I came back and joined again as a partner, I started reading 10 minutes a day. Not yet, 10 minutes a day when I drank my glow juice. And that was right after I had Grayson, and I had the worst postpartum anxiety and depression imaginable. Um, and it helped me out. It helped me pull myself slowly out of that, along with workouts and eating good and everything else in the community. But yeah, I got off my personal development game for a long time, and guess what happened? I got in my head, and I got to where I doubted myself. I wasn't confident. I didn't think I could do it. And before, when I was going to cancel my trip to Vegas, I was doing minimal. I was doing growth day every day, but that was it. There was no other reading or personal development. Or if you're a religious person, I wasn't praying very often. I wasn't reading the Bible. I wasn't delving into things that for me were important. Because I just felt stuck and I was frustrated with where I was. And so I just didn't do it all. Well, when we're frustrated, guess what helps the most? Personal development. And the funny thing is I have probably, I'm looking at my bookcase, 50 books on my bookcase, probably, because I would get to the point where I didn't know what book to read. And so I would just buy another book and keep buying books and buying books. And they just sat on my bookshelf. And I guess I thought I was going to learn through osmosis and they were just going to like absorb into my, I don't know. But now I am back diligently reading every single day, and it has changed the way I view things. So when we say personal development is important, it really is.
So true. You have to get off your island, and that's why we love doing mentor calls because it not only helps y'all, it helps us because most of the time we're sharing things here that we need to hear too. And like, when else in life do you experience that, right? Like, you probably don't go on trips with your girlfriends. Like, I wouldn't go on a trip with Allie every year if it weren't for our business. And we go on multiple trips every year now. And same thing with reading, like those things are contagious, and being on your island just holds you back from growing into a better version of yourself. So lean in, use us. Um, Wrapping up, since we're almost to 9 o'clock, what coming off now this experience and going and getting outside your comfort zone and connecting with people, what do you see moving into, we're almost at the end of the first quarter of the year, seeing our community like, what is your vision for our community moving forward? What would you like to see more of? Because I think it's important to plant those seeds so y'all know what we want to do and why we want to do it and how you can be a part of that.
Building, no, we have a strong community, right? But I want to build even a stronger community in terms of accountability. And so even like we did back in the way back in the day, is like having like accountability buddies. So like there's a small group of moms who are in the same season of life who are in their own message pod, who are texting all day, like, do you like, what's your favorite toy for your kid? Like random-ish, right? Like just making that connection and making those friends, but someone who's also gonna say, hey, did you work out today? Hey, did you eat healthy today? Are you taking care of yourself? Did you dive into yourself today? Asking those important questions, but with people who you're friends with because of this community, but not just a group of 50 people on Instagram, right? Or 500 and something in the hub. Having those individual pods to build that connection even deeper. The other thing is to help some of you guys become leaders yourself. I am not, you guys, I already told you, I don't think I'm a leader, but I am a leader. I am. And it's hard to say, and it's hard to even hear it come out of my mouth. But going to an event like this, you just have to get yourself in the room. You just have to sit next to women who are just like you, they have the exact same struggles we do. You just have to be there and absorb that energy and absorb that feeling and that power to catapult you to the next level. The other thing that I did want to talk about, and it doesn't answer your question, but is creating, that we talked about a lot at New Leader Conference, is creating a vision. And so some of you might not know, so I'll tell my story real quick. When I first signed up as a partner, I just did it because I wanted extra income and wanted to help other moms feel good, or other women, I wasn't a mom then, other women feel good about themselves and see results, because I had seen such good results. But that was it. There was nothing tied to it. I just wanted to make people feel good. And so my vision was loose, right? Like it was not very concrete. And so when I came back after I had Grayson, I was working, I'm a full-time PA, now in a surgical specialty clinic. Then I was working in acute care surgery in the hospital 4 days a week. And so I was working an extra day in another job just for extra income. And so my my vision was, I want to earn X amount of money every single week so I can spend a day with Grayson. And so I had a number. So like, say it was $500. I knew that I needed to earn $500 to stay home with Grayson. And so that monetary goal pushed me harder than I have been pushed. And I honestly don't know if I've been pushed that hard. Like I've not pushed that hard since I reached that goal, because it was such a big goal for me, because it had so much value in me spending an extra day with my child. And so what I want to challenge you, even if it's not this business, is to create a vision for your life. We all create vision boards. We all do that. But what do you really want your life to look like in a year? And 300 on March 10th of 2025, what do you want your life to look like? Do you want to be in the same place you are right now? Do you want to have the same job? Do you want to have the same feelings and thoughts in your head? No, probably not, unless you have excelled in everything you've done. Chances are, chances are, Rachel, your face. Chances are we all want to be elevate ourselves to the next level. That's why we're here, right? So if you don't want to be exactly where you are next year, then something's got to change. And that boils down to your vision and what you want. I never expected to earn the trip to Vegas. I never expected to take my husband on trips to Mexico and the Dominican Republic ever, ever. But on Thursday, we're leaving bright and early, and I have a lot to do between now and Thursday. But we're leaving at 5:15 to be in the Dominican Republic for 4 days without our children, just us enjoying time as a couple and with friends, sitting in the sun, having a blast on an all-inclusive vacation that I earned because I did this business and because I had a vision. So I'm gonna leave it there. I know.
Mic
That was
drop.
not expected. That was not expected. It just came out.
No, I love it. And I am proud of her because she has pushed herself and I'm turning this around on her because we all do this. She's had this vision to be at this conference for the last 2 years.
Mhm.
And she has doubted if she could be there. And then when she got it, what do we do as women? We backtrack and negative self-talk ourselves that we don't deserve it or we shouldn't be there or
I literally, so, and the qualifications changed to earn the trip. And so it used to be a higher rank than it was when I earned it. And so I said, well, I wasn't that rank, so I didn't really earn the trip. That's not true, but I didn't think I deserved it. And I didn't think I deserved to be there because I wasn't like these other women, but I am like these other women.
and
So,
she connects and leans in more than anyone else on this team. And that is why she is where she is. And that's not to put anyone else down, but that's to challenge all of you to lean in more, to ask questions more. Allie and I are very connected. And I don't know all the things. She inspires and pushes me like hell most days. But I also know the things she wants and the things that she struggles with. And I know how to push her because I believe in her, just like I believe in all of you. And I'm so proud of you for being here tonight because you guys are leaders on this team. Just showing up for half an hour to pour into a community that challenges you and pushes you to grow. Where else do we get that in life? You know? So as you guys watch us in the Dominican this week and think it's so cool that we're hanging out with Joel or working out with Autumn, while those are wonderful, the root and the foundation of why we're on this trip is because we truly care about making a difference in other women's lives. And it brings me joy to sit here on a Sunday night with y'all. While I love Dominican and I love everything about the workouts, like that's a very special experience. I love more seeing women grow, whether that is, like Allie said, she's basically retired a day of her job thus far. What other mom do you know that's done that? But it's proof that if she can do it, you can do it too. You know, there's women on this call that have lost 50 plus pounds. What women do you know that have done that without a community? That's really special and important. So I just want you guys to remember that most people have given up on their New Year's goals by now. And I'm not just talking about health and wellness, I'm talking about anything. But this community is different. And we show up and we do hard things and we challenge our mindset and we overcome things. But that only happens when you lean in and you ask for help or you say, like, challenge when you don't know how to lead yourself, lead others and then you figure out how to lead yourself. That is literally how this team has been built. Because I still don't know it all, and I'm still a total beginner, and I still get challenged, just like Allie's been saying. But anyways, challenging each of you to think about one thing that you will absolutely do this month and put it in the message pod after this call. And what is one thing you took away from hearing Allie tonight so that we have more women on these calls? Because it's important that you show up and lean in and get, like, don't you feel this week now more energized and uplifted and ready to just tackle whatever comes your way? That's what we want to help more women do. So thank you, Allie, for sharing your heart. I can't wait to squeeze you on Thursday and do all the fun things. And just know, like I said, use our trip as you guys watch us for inspiration on what's possible, not, oh, good for her, but I could never do that. Because that's just not true. Allie can do it. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. And I can't wait to help more of you guys do it going into 2025. I love you.
Happy birthday! Almost.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, Tuesday, get your booties on Zoom and you guys better be blowing up the bod group for my birthday. Okay. I love you guys. Share your goal and share one thing you took away from this call, and I'll see you on Zoom in the morning. Bye, guys.